we'll move on, and we'll do this week's Marvel's What If. Stephen Strange lost his heart and not his hands. In a cautionary tale, Doctor Strange's car accident kills Christine instead of ruining his hands. Strange still becomes Sorcerer Supreme, but becomes obsessed with bringing back his love. And things go sideways for the good doctor. So I thought this episode was very interesting. What did you think, Brendan?
I don't think I was in the right headspace to watch this episode because it was it was dark.
Yeah,
it was real super dark episode. Animation wise, I thought that, despite, and we've both said that we really appreciate the animation style in this animated anthology series. I felt it looked unusually like Benedict Cumberbatch. It was
very weird.
Like how much it looked like him. And so I don't know if that's good on the art team, or maybe Benedict Cumberbatch in real life looks like a cell shaded cartoon. It's one or the other.
I think the latter.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
It was just like, I'll be honest, I found parts of this episode a little bit boring, but the ending was so just like, ugh.
Right.
And that's what I mean is like, it was real dark, and I don't think that I was in the right headspace to kind of appreciate it, because I was having kind of a rough day when I watched it. I was like,
that's tough. I wasn't having a rough day. It was the first thing I watched after my run, so I had no interpretation of my day to go into this. So it was moderate going in. I was just like, holy crap, this is sad. Like, it was just
it was very sad.
Like, if you want to completely change the way the universe works, you're this like freaking octopus Doctor Strange where the universe collapses on itself, or you just loser and then you're still
forever on repeat.
Forever. Yeah. And so it's just this crazy, it was this thing I will say, and maybe and we obviously have a few more episodes left, but to me, this was the most comic book of these, where like neither thing was good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very much like Catch-22. Like, so many comic books don't have actual happy endings. Right. Like comic book arcs actually don't have happy endings. It's kind of like, well, this was not even, you don't even say like the lesser of two evils. It's almost like this was going to be shit one way or the other, and you have to decide which one. And that's what it was. It was like this, it had that feel. I think like too, the fact that like Benedict Cumberbatch, or that Doctor Strange looks so much like Benedict Cumberbatch, the actual person, was weird to me too. And then you relive some of his actual, like the Doctor Strange storyline from the movies.
Yeah.
And this was also one where I was like, if this is canon, and it's just, I know how we say like, all this is canon, but if this is canon, we don't have to necessarily relate back to the movies, but I'm okay with this being canon. I don't need it to be something we go into the movies with, but it is a fun arc. Fun, I say it loosely, but it's a fun arc that this is something that happened in one of the parallel universes in this, just because it's so bad. Like, this is the first time things are actually really, when we kill the Avengers, that's bad. But then kind of happy ending where it's like, well, here's Captain America and here's Captain Marvel. Right. And they'll save the day.
Sure.
There was none of that.
No.
Nothing.
It was literally that universe got wiped out.
Yeah. It's like that universe is gone.
Yeah. This was Dr. Strange. This was the first episode where we saw the Watcher become involved.
Right.
To any extent, which was kind of interesting. But I feel like the ending was the whole thing was sad, where he just was trying to figure out to use the time stone to figure out a way to save Christine, and she just would die in like a different way every time, and it was like so really weird. Like kind of like fucked up. He's like, well, maybe if she drives, and it's like, nope, you're getting T-boned in an intersection, or
I don't pick her up, and then
the building explodes. Yeah, it's just like there's no way around it, and it does kind of show you like it is a cautionary tale or whatever, but not to, like, I guess when it comes to stuff like this, like, you have your destiny and that's it. Yeah, there's no way around it. And it is kind of like the thing of going back to Endgame. There was, how many, I looked forward in time and I saw, 65 million or whatever. How many did we win? One. and there's no getting around the fact that Tony dies. You know what I mean? That's his destiny.
That's his destiny. Yep.
So it is kind of like I do think that it is kind of like a hard reminder of that sort of thing, you know, and it is kind of like a hard reminder of like life is pretty finite. And I don't mean to get like, you know, like deep. It's a fucking cartoon about a comic book, but you know what I mean? But it is like like this was the thing about this episode. It was like a hard reminder of some of this stuff. You know what I mean? And how like trauma can affect people in various ways.
100% is like, this is the thing. I had a conversation today with someone at work where like, he was talking about, he went and saw Suicide Squad, and he's talking about how it was fast and loose. And he's like, the problem I've always had with Marvel is sometimes it takes itself so seriously. And I explained to him, because he had never read the comic books or anything. I was like, well, Marvel is very serious. Like, actually, if you read the comic books, there are some fun little things.
Yeah.
But when you sit down and really,
he said Marvel takes itself too seriously.
he thought that it was like he didn't see like he just thought like the comic book movies in general. He just used Marvel as like, that was the only thing he was really related with.
Has he seen like any Batman movie?
I don't even know if he would like this. I think he kind of meant Marvel as the general. It's an older gentleman. So it just, yeah.
Fair.
So, and I was just like, well, Marvel itself is actually pretty serious. Like, the comic books are actually way more serious than the movies. And this to me was like, that was the reminder I got from this, is like, oh yeah, it was not so much that comic books are weird, which we've said 100 times on this show, is that like comic books sometimes are like a little too real, in the sense of like, sometimes stuff just sucks.
Yeah.
And this was like that proof on this one. Sometimes things are just going to suck and there's nothing you can do about it. And you got to just move on and not turn into a half octopus, half Doctor Strange guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Doc Ock.
Weird. Doc Ock.
There you have it. Yeah, it was repulsive, and then the universe got wiped out of existence. So that was a thing. I'm not sure what's up next.
I don't ever look. I like being surprised.
Yeah, I know that like there's like a Spider-Man one, and I'm trying to think what else is.
Is it like if Spider-Man becomes Doctor Strange or something like that?
There is one that is if Spider-Man became Sorcerer Supreme.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure that. And then there's one where Vision gets the Infinity Gauntlet. Those are the only two that are left that I know for sure. Oh, and the zombies one.
It runs until October, so we have probably 4 more episodes left.
I think there's 10. I think it's 10.
So it's 10. Okay.
So we have 6.
Oh wow, nice.
This was 4.
Yeah, this was 4. For some reason, I thought this.
So we should have 6.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 6 left.